So Anita, you are the playwright, the choreographer, and the performer of Boys with Cars, and I'm wondering what inspired you to make this piece.
I think it's a way for me to go back in time and address the issues of particularly female empowerment and also racial empowerment, but also because I see that still happening. That it didn't just stop in, when I was a kid and when I was in high school.
Right.
That it continues on, and it's sort of my way of intervening, both for my own past and also, I hope, for our future.
Okay. And you played both characters in the play, Naz and Candace. Why was it important for you to play both?
That's sort of a twofold question for me. A few reasons why I think it's important for me to play both characters, but I think there are a lot of parts for straight white men. Yeah. Like, if you are watching this and you're a straight white guy and you're like, there's no parts for me, you're not watching enough TV, movies, you're not reading any newspapers, you've never seen a commercial.
Yeah.
So part of it for me is that I like to use the sort of the venues, the opportunities to speak about important things that I've been given, to give more voice to not only to women but to women of color. I really believe in the power of women, and it's important for us to witness someone accomplishing that, but also that it's possible, that actually women are capable of doing the stamina, the physical exertion to tell a story through the body and voice of one woman was a huge mandate.
Okay. I think another thing that both girls are coming up against is the relationships they have with Buddy and Lucky, the two boys we meet in the play. I'm wondering what advice you would give to them in terms of how to understand their own sense of self and power in relationship to those young men.
I think that the best way of answering this question is that life is so much larger than high school. To give yourself the opportunity of going out into the world, to not limiting, like, oh, it's either Lucky or Buddy. Like, these are my options. And these are not your options.
It's a world of choice.
There's so much
Not in
choice.
terms of men specifically,
yes,
but in your life.
In your life.
So I sort of have two questions now. One about empowerment, because in the play we see Naz and Candace, I think, understand empowerment differently. And so I'm wondering if you can speak a bit about how each of them understand it and where their power comes from.
For sure. I will say about Naz and Candace is that I think on a really internal level, they understand their power. I don't think they're ever able to talk about it.
Right.
Like, I don't think they could describe in words how they are powerful and how they maintain power in the world. But I think what Candace ultimately discovers is that she can actually have, she can be appreciated for more than just her looks.
Right.
It's also what's on the inside that gives her power and makes her believe in herself. With Naz, I think it's really owning up and stepping up, really, to being seen. She really avoids being watched. She deflects it, and it happens to her anyways. So when she takes sort of authority over her own image, that she gets to call the rules as to how she uses her body, how she, when she speaks, what she gets to say.
And it's up to her. Yeah.
And she has power over it. And certainly in her skill as a dancer, that she's sort of always shying away from that, and we ultimately watch her use that and subvert it and use it to confront the people who made her life very, very difficult.
With Candace, I'm wondering if you could talk about how the use of makeup affects how you play her, and also how exploring Candace through these videos what that was like.
Again, it's a plays about empowerment on a number of levels. So taking on this sort of trope of blackface and again, twisting it in a way that empowers a person of color to be able to talk about these things that have been going on, were a part of history, is intentional. Okay. And to also take on the idea of theater, which is, I think, very transformative. To watch someone change from, like the skin color that I am to this like very, very like paper white face while still being in the body of a person of color is part of, I think, the magic of the show.
Yeah. And then embodying Candace in the videos, was that different from how you feel playing her?
It's different and the same. It's like revisiting an old friend, because I've lived with her for so long. But having to adapt to the camera, having to also figure out the tech I have such new respect for all these like fantastic YouTube makeup tutorial women and men as well, but figuring it out, because it's really a lot harder than it looks. Not everyone has the money to grab these cameras or grab the lighting. So watching young women like do these DIYs and like creating like soft boxes out of wax paper and a lamp it's just such respect to the creativity. Again, like a way of empowering yourself. You don't have the stuff, but you have the platform. How do you get your voice out there? And that's really great to see. And I honestly wish I had done this while I was writing the show.